What's on, guys? Jay Hoyd back with you today. Welcome back to Halo Infinite. Yes, Halo is making a return, but also might be one of the last, if not the last, Halo video I make. Now, I know, Halo has never been a big part of my brand or a big part of my YouTube channel. But, with Halo Infinite coming out, we actually were pretty excited to play Halo, right? I'd never been a fan of Halo. I've never really played Halo, especially multiplayer. I've never really played, so I was kind of really interested in playing it. But there was one reason, more than others, that I did want to play Halo. And that was Call of Duty, for me, was in a very, very rough spot. And it still kind of is, but I'm learning to adapt with the loads of problems that are here, and it sucks. But now that I'm trying to focus more time on playing Call of Duty, getting better at Call of Duty, learning the maps, learning the rotations, learning everything about COD, Halo fell quickly from one of the games I played all the time instead of COD to now a game that I have not touched in months. And this is where this video kind of is coming from, is Halo dead already, right? We had Halo, peak interest, everyone was playing it, everyone was on it, not just pro players, but players that just didn't really play any other games except Halo because it was the newest game out there, it was the newest thing out there, and everyone was super excited. Well, as soon as Halo came, Halo went away. And it makes me think, is this the end for Halo? Now, I know we're talking about Halo right now, but looking at another game, Gears of War, another game that I've actually kind of enjoyed watching, at least from the optics standpoint, where they were one of the most dominant teams in their esport, regardless of what roster they had. They were number one. I think they placed fourth at one of the tournaments, and they just dominated. Plain and simple, they dominated that esport. But, of course, there was lots of other teams, lots of the players that were trying to make a name and to be big and to, grow their brand, grow Halo, and trying to do that. A lot of players were switching from Call of Duty to Halo. A lot of people quit Gears of War to go to Halo. And then they announced that the Gears of War scene after Gears 6, and I don't know if it's a year or 2 years or whatever it may be, it is going to be no more. So that kind of sucks, right? Although I've never, like I said, I've never really played Gears of War. I played it a couple times. It was okay, but I really loved watching it, right? Halo was one of those games too. Really loved watching it. Never really was into it. Is this it for Call of Duty? Is this it for Halo? Just like it is for Gears of War. Now, myself personally, it's hard, right? You have a first-person shooter game like Halo that's been around for so long, but the support is just not there. Unless the very, two best teams are playing, not a lot of people care. And unless you have the biggest organizations in the finals, no one cares. And the community and the player base that used to love Halo and played it all the time and cared about Halo the most are all a lot older. There was such a huge hiatus with Halo that now there's not the people. There's not the support. There's not the fans that there once were. And now what does Halo do, right? Call of Duty's trying to do what they can do with the COD League and with the games. And they already announced that there's going to be a year extra for the next Call of Duty game for various different reasons. But now Gears of War is done after this year, or 2 years, whatever it may be, after this next round of their pro circuit. What happens to Halo? Do they go down a similar route? Do they try to hang on to their pro league and their pro scene for a couple of years and then maybe say, okay, this will be the last event here or there, and just have one big final goodbye tournament, if you will. Have $1 million tournament like a Halo Championships. All is welcome. Have the biggest Halo in history, and kind of go off with a bang, if you will. That's what I think they should do. Is that what they're going to do? Probably not. But are you really going to be able to survive with games, let's just say 5 years apart, creating this new game was supposed to be their comeback, if you will, and all the hype around it, all the excitement about it, and everyone that was playing it, poof, where'd they go, right? I was playing it, but it came at a cost of not playing COD, basically. So I don't know how to feel about it. Like I said, if Halo is going to do the same thing that Gears is doing and kind of just shut down your pro scene and just say, okay, after this, we're done. Good luck to all those players. You know, feel free to join other esports. Do we see a lot of people come to the Call of Duty scene? Do we see a lot of them just go into content creation? Because that's the other hard thing too, is like a lot of players didn't really build a brand outside of their outside of their pro career. So if they play that game, so hypothetically a Halo Pro, right? You have like the old CLG Optic Dynasty with Lethal and Snakebite and Royal 2 and Frosty. Do those guys, once they're done playing Halo, like hypothetically, right, that game is done, they move on to something else, those guys will have a decent chance at streaming something or maybe joining Call of Duty and maybe being a team there, or, you know, potentially just having a stream. But are they going to get the viewers? Are they going to get the support? Are they going to be able to make a living with playing this game that they've played for so long after the pro scene is done? And the answer to that, I think, would be no, right? Halo and Gears of War just are not a big enough name by themselves to equal success. That's why a lot of players, even from Call of Duty, that stopped playing competitive Call of Duty because they weren't either good enough, they didn't have the brand enough, or they just couldn't get on a good team, so they resorted to Warzone, or they resorted just to playing and being a content creator. Which arguably is a better decision for some of these guys because they're nasty, but they don't have a brand, so that no team really wants them unless they can help grow their brand. So I don't want to see the end of Halo. I don't want to see the end of Gears of War. But at some point, there's not going to be anyone that cares about it. There's not going to be a community for it. There's not going to be the support. The money's not going to be there. And at some point, the people that are all involved with the business, with Halo, with Gears of War, eventually are going to have to say, enough is enough. You know, we're going to shut this down. You know, we're not making the money, we're hoping to. And it's more of a cost. It's more of a hindrance than it is a help. At some point, they're going to pull that plug, and it's going to be no more. Personally, I think it will be sooner rather than later because this game quickly died after the peak excitement for Halo in probably the last 10 years. And it's going to suck, but it's going to have to be something that ends up happening. But that's my opinion. Let me know. What do you guys think? Down in the comment section below. Leave all of your thoughts and comments. What should Halo do? Should they follow suit with Gears, or should they keep trying to be as big as possible? But that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit that like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you never miss an upload, and don't forget, you can always change your mind later. With all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.